One, two, three. I think we are live. If I'm not 100% sure. So, number one, Happy New Year to everyone. That's the most important thing. I'm doing this live particularly because I just don't have time to tape today. Normally, I would just tape this, but the reason for doing it live is, hey mods, hey Don, how are you? I'm sure there's a ton of people that are over at the Dice Tower right now, and that's fine and dandy. I'm not too worried about that. Everybody can check this out later. I'm doing this live, so it'll be there later. Audio and video fine. That's a good thing. Robert, how are you? A couple things. Josh, how are you? I'm gonna let everybody come in a little bit. We'll give it a few seconds. So I'll just do the real simple stuff real quick. One of the big things is that I wanted to apologize for the last couple days of being little to no content board game wise. Hey, Oren, nice name. Um, the main thing is that unfortunately, um, my wife has taken very, very ill, and she has been very, very. Rob, you're going against Tom doing a live play. Let him win. Who cares? Um, the reason I'm doing this is I just need to get this out so everybody understands. Like I said, we were planning on doing a 12-hour marathon. We had to cut it short at 6. She was just not doing well, and I could tell. And I decided to shut it down and kind of care for her. I mean, she just keeps on going and going and going, and she doesn't know when to stop. And you tell her not to do something, but she does it. So right now she's on her way to see the doctor for the third time. So hopefully they can maybe nail it down and find out what's going on with her. I'm really concerned. She's not doing good. She's really, really struggling. So I've spent the last 2 days really just caring and taking care of her. So, I would come on and play Song of the Deep because that was easy because I can just kind of sit next to her and keep an eye on her. And I could put the controller down at any point I needed to. But the main thing was just to keep focused on her. And that was fun. So I'm going to have to finish that. So I might do that this evening. Janice told me to tell everybody that LMJ Gaming will start up tomorrow, which is Little Midget Janice Gaming. Yeah, there you go. That's what she called it. It was something stupid like that. The Queen is really, really struggling, and it's not sounding good. I think they're going to put her in the hospital, which is tough for me. This is how my father-in-law started, and then, as you know, we lost him. But the antibiotics just aren't doing it. So maybe she just needs something stronger and needs to spend some time in the hospital. I hope not. So we'll just see how it goes. I've been concerned. So I was going to do a couple morning painting things. I was going to do a couple more games in my time off. I always told you that we'll do the best that we can, but life does get in the way, unfortunately, and that's just the way things are. I think we all go through it. We all deal with it. With that said, community review, I think I'm going to delay a little bit. I still have to finish. I didn't tape the ending to it, so I've got to do that. So I'm going to give everybody a little bit more time. We've got a couple videos. So what game out of your collection would be the one to stay if you had to get rid of your collection? If you want to send a video in the next day or two, that'd be great. Send it to me. It should go up Friday. and then we'll go 2 weeks from there to the next one. So for everybody that's done the work, I'm sorry. It's just getting out there is kind of hard to sit there and concentrate and taping on things. Now, with that said, I've set up a couple of live painting things. I think I'm going to move War and Pieces one more week and start next Wednesday. I'm going to do a double. It's going to be War and Pieces and painting. It'll be Tuesday and Wednesday next week, because next week I will be doing the Dice Tower 30-hour extravaganza. Thanks for all the well wishes for. I'll read this soon enough, so I apologize if I'm missing anything. Yeah, she's got Josh. She's got it real bad, and I think she broke a rib. From it. And because her left side, she could barely talk. So it's been very draining, and I'm running on fumes. Trying to do stuff for the channel and so forth and so on. Wait, I thought it was game you have played the most. No, it was what game would you keep out of your entire collection if your collection was going away? Robert. Okay, save that video. I haven't even watched it yet. I haven't even started to put them together yet. You got time if you want to film something else. Don't be sorry, Rob. Family first as always. Thank you. Hope she gets better soon. Thank you, Puma. Jens, how are you? Yeah, no, family first. This channel is family, so it is family first. And a lot of you have been a big part of our lives in the last year. And you've heard her say it. We open up our home, so all of you become part of this. And that's what makes this channel very, very unique. Away from all the copycats and the clowns and the trolls and all the other fun stuff. I don't look at other sites. I don't care anymore. I just concentrate on you guys, and that's it. Now, with that said, let's talk a little bit more business here. The Sunday, the 15th, I'm going to do the drawing then. That'll give me a little time, especially with the I've got prep work I've got to do for the 24-hour thing, 30-hour thing. The other thing is, I'm going to refilm and send you the new one. Rob, the next one, I'm going to keep that one, so that way you can skip a week or a month. And I'm going to use that. I'll keep that one because that's a great idea. Game you have played the most. I like that one too. So let's keep that. We'll do that as the next one. See, made it easier. And yeah, family always first. Take care of your queen before anything else. Yeah, she's thick-headed. She doesn't allow anybody to take care of her. Now, getting back to the giveaway. Oh my God, we were so close to getting to 2,000 to make it 30 games. I'll see you later, Justin. Yeah. Speaking of Justin, he's prepping for a 24-hour marathon himself. On his channel, Poongoon, which is funny. If you look at the channel, it's harmless. He's doing a 24-hour marathon of playing World of Warcraft straight. I don't know how he's doing it or how he's going to do it, but God bless him. So that's going to be funny. He's doing that Saturday. Come on, girl, lay down. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Come on. Gabriella. Sorry. Doing a little dog maintenance. I'm by myself. She's at the doctor right now, so we're going to hope that everything goes all right. And, she just refuses to go to the doctor. She's so thick-headed. And, you look at that video that she did, the top 10, she was not feeling good there, and she did not look very good. And she looked at that video, and, if you ever seen pictures of her or seen her at certain times, she's a very beautiful girl. And, she just looked worn out. And you could tell it was taking a toll on her. So for the last month has been real tough. Jim, how are you? Thank you, Jim, so much. And Puma and Maz and Rob and J Bud and all of you, thank you so much. Now, so we came close to breaking 30 games. We're only 150 away for the patron, which is absolutely amazing as far as I'm concerned. The best thing about the patron is I really don't make a dime off of it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get killed in taxes with it. That's for sure. But that's okay. It's worth it. The money, a lot of you out there know for a fact that we've helped a lot of you. And somebody just come in? That was weird. I heard the door go. Bella? Okay, I see you, you furball. She's out cold. And I got the other one laying down here. All that money, I've helped a lot of people that are even out in this audience right now. And I think that's a big home run, as well as being able to afford those games that we give away. I mean, being able to come up with $1,000 to $1,500 worth of games every month to give away. I mean, it sounds like a pyramid thing, but it really does work, because each time we come around, we're able to do this. You guys give money. Some of you guys end up making more. You know what I mean? Some of you guys end up winning a game, and then. And which basically would pay for your patron for the year, depending on what level you are. So I think it's pretty ingenious, and it works out pretty well, and I'm glad that it's working for you guys, and I love the people that are copying it, which is ridiculous. But I had thrown around thoughts of maybe dropping down, because I am tired, dropping down to part-time and just painting full-time. And just doing the channel full time. So I can't lie if I didn't tell you I haven't thought about an Indiegogo thing, where if I put up 20 Blood Rages, 20 Mechs and Minions, 20, those would be the levels that you can donate to, and make them a certain price or something like that, and just paint all that stuff and get it out and be able to actually make money by giving you guys something. All right, we got this guy. He is talking Spanish, is it? If anybody can translate, please do. I can't wait to see what he's got to say. I love people that just jump in and spam it. I think that's the coolest thing. That's my new move now, is to really help them out. So eventually we're going to get thousands of them. So I would love to hear your thoughts at novaprime860@hotmail.com. Do you think that would be too much? I've always wondered that. But, I'm just telling you things that go through my head. I'm always planning stuff and doing stuff and thinking about things. Some of the games that we are going to be giving away in February, I think, are just absolutely fantastic. And I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of you guys have sent games that have really, really helped, because we've been able to take that money that I've taken. Portuguese. I love Portuguese because I know a ton of them, and they're all my friends. Mike Jones, no really. Hi, I just happened to catch this. I hope everything's okay. She's having a tough time. It's subscribe to my channel. Oh, there he is. Ant-Man Gaming. He was on last night. Guys, go subscribe to Ant-Man Gaming. Because in the middle of my song, is it Song of the Deep? I think so. I really like that game. It's so relaxing to play that game. If anybody hasn't watched it, check it out a little bit. It's a video game, but it's a lot of fun. He came in, he needs some subscribers, so help out good old Ant-Man Gaming, which is a pretty cool name for a game. So that dude in Spanish was saying, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead if you want to listen to him in Spanish. There you go. God, I love this. I love doing this. But I would love to hear your thoughts on everything. You don't have to give them now. Just think about it. And, if it works, if you think it's something that would work, that's fine. If not, we'll scrap it. Who cares? I don't mind. I want to do. I really want to do a lot of different things. Um, I actually ended up painting the rest last night to Song of the Deep soundtrack. If you ever hear this thing, and then when the girl talks over the music, I mean, you're ready to go to bed. I mean, you really are. But Doom, I know I got hit with a couple of nasty emails saying, "Hey, you said you were going to do Doom. You said you were going to do Doom." We were building up to Doom, but when she was, turning white as a ghost, I said, "You know what? We'll get to Doom," and I said we would do it the next day, and she just never recovered, and we just never got to Doom. So Doom will be this Friday. We will be playing it live, and I'm painting this Thursday Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles because so many people have said that's a great game. I'm going out and got it, so we're going to paint it. I know I said we would go to Frostgrave, but I have not received my Frostgrave stuff yet. So I'm looking forward to doing that soon. I just waiting for the stuff to come in the mail. The minute the stuff comes in the mail, we are going full throttle and doing everything there. Any more Mars Invasion on the tabletop in the future? Looking forward to your Frostgrave. Both of those are planned for 2017, along with some other stuff. We were hoping to get Mansions of Madness, but that's another one that kind of gets pushed off along with Myth. She got sick. Those were the two games we were going to turn the corner in the second 6 hours and do, but we started it later to try to give her a break, but just didn't work out. We got 6.5 hours in. It was pretty good. What were you doing Song of the Deep on? PS4 or computer? PS4. We had a lot of fun with it. It was a lot of fun. I'm trying to think what else was there. I had a number of things. War and Pieces will be Tuesday next week. Short week kind of screws everybody up, and her being sick screws everything up. I'm going to do a live gaming thing. I'm going to do a live painting thing. I'm going to try to do some tape things. I may do something with War and Pieces where I just do it on this channel and not do it on the Dice Tower. That's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm going to see how she does, and that's what's most important. Everybody's liked what it's done. Still waiting for my Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtle pledge to arrive. Good to hear. It's a good game. I've heard great things about it, so it should be good. Drew, thank you. Sorry to hear that the Queen's not doing well. Take time for her. We're praying for y'all. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've never seen her this bad, and she's a tough cookie. She's a tough girl. I personally, I think she's faking it because this was the week, beginning of the year that we were supposed to negotiate her new contract, and I think she saw me. I was writing out the pink slip. I was going to fire her. Black Monday. NFL coaches get fired on that Monday yesterday. I had that pink slip all ready to go, but I think she faked her illness, so I got, have to extend her contract till she gets better. I think she's faking it, personally. Then again, I don't think she's faking it after all the bull crap she said about me. I was ready to say the other word, too, because I have such a potty mouth. We've got a lot of cool things. Chris Henderson showed me something about a game called Load. I was very interested. So I'm interested to see if I can get my hands on one of those. As I really looked at the figures and I went, okay, this is something I want to paint. So I'm excited about trying to get my hands on that. Had a great time painting Doom. I'm painting my 5th set now, somewhere in there. I'm also getting ready to start doing some terrain stuff. I'm also thinking really kind of stretching my wings a little bit. You're going to see a lot more old man gaming. I hope that doesn't confuse a lot of people on here. This is a board game channel with a little bit of everything. So I really like that. It's a painting channel. It's a modeling channel. It's a tabletop channel. It's a board game channel. It's a video game channel. It's just kind of where it's at, wherever I'm at for that moment. So, that's the way it kind of goes. So that's what we plan on doing. Watching that dumb dog. So we're just going to take it step by step. This week, it really just comes down to how she feels. So if she gets worse, and don't expect to see much. But if she holds her own, I'll get out there and I'll do a bunch of things that I need to get done. Hope she gets better, and don't worry about playthroughs. Just do them whenever. Thank you, Mike. Sean, hey there, buddy. I'm just catching this. So sorry to hear about the Queen. I'm sure they will figure it out and get her all fixed up. I've actually tried to get a hold of you. This camera's been acting really weird. It'll freeze, and I've tried it on 2 different cameras. On 2 different computers. And I wonder, do I contact the company, or what do I need to do to call them about it? We've had some problems where all of a sudden we just freeze. You can hear us just fine. There's nothing wrong with the feed or the frame rate or anything like that, because my OBS will tell me when we start losing signal, but the camera kind of will just freeze every once in a while. Especially about an hour, 2 hours in, where I have to stop the stream, start the stream, and then the camera comes back alive. It's the weirdest thing. And it's happened on 2 different computers, so I know it's not a computer problem. So this camera's freaking off the chain as far as greatness, I'll tell you that much. And we've really had a lot of fun. And if you look at some of the playthroughs, some of the things that we've been able to do, it's just been tremendous. And Sean also gave us some lighting, which is just ridiculous again. Dude, I've written you 100 times, and I'm just blown away by that. And I've got to get that lighting set up soon. So that'll really make this camera pop, which is just, just unbelievable. I'm trying to think. I had so much to say, and I just didn't have time to write anything down. Another thing is, because of that she's been so sick over the last week, if you have written me, I tried to answer as many of the emails as I could today, but if I missed you, please just send me another email to NovaPrime860. If I missed a question or missed a response or anything, just send it again, please. It's been a little trying and a little hard. I've got a whole bunch of pictures to put up on Instagram. I haven't put them up. I've just been really kind of just sitting and just doing what I can, because when she coughs, I swear to God, it makes the hair on my neck stand up, because you think, she's going to blow out her lung or something. So, we just keep on hoping that she's going to do all right. As a matter of fact, I should keep my phone out in case she tries to get a hold of me, or they try to admit her in the hospital. So I hope that's not the case. If you just know this girl, that you guys saw her, and she was probably at her sickest there. But that's that's what she normally looks like. She's always just the happiest girl, and she's always just so smiling and beautiful and everything. But when she got in front of the camera, and I looked at her and I go, wow, that doesn't look like her, because she's usually just full of life and just looks so much better. But I just felt bad. Hey Charles, how are you? And again, for those of you that just came in, be sure to check out. Justin wanted me to let you know that depending on how many people watch, he will try to stay online for over 24 hours. And once he hits the 24-hour mark, he is going to try to stay on. He's going to check each hour, and as long as there's interest there, he's going to try to keep on going until he drops. Playing his vanilla WoW, whatever that is. I watched some of his videos. I think it's the funniest thing. his Pungoon channel, which is just him playing video games consistently. And the kid's good. And boy, I need him. Where was he when I needed somebody to edit stuff? Because I looked at some of the stuff that he's edited, and I went, how come you wouldn't do this for me? No, but, get his channel. Forget about it. That's all we want to talk about. I'll tell you, he's something else. He's a clown and a half. The other thing is finally that because the weather has just been so squirrely here, I haven't been able to start my canvas stories, and I've got 6 paintings I've got to do. So I've looked at this month the weather prediction, and we're supposed to get a string of at least days in the 60s, which is good with no humidity. And that's been the problem. That's why I don't oil paint in the summer, is the humidity. So I'm going to be doing some oil painting, which I'm looking forward to. I'm thinking of doing painting 101s all over again, because I still get a million questions on it. And what I'm thinking of doing is putting them in a specific folder and saying, this is everything, if the thing's 2 hours long, it's going to be 2 hours long for each segment. Painting, priming, shading, blah, 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 and doing each thing that way. So I'm thinking of doing something that way. Paints, brushes, and just really go into detail about everything and doing things like that. Scott, how are you? Good to see you. Again, the 15th will be the drawing, and at that time I will be announcing some of the highly anticipated stuff for February. January is going to be a monster, and if you guys read the list, Small World Collector's Edition. So if you're not part of the Patreon, I don't know what to tell you. The Last of the Doom stuff that I have painted, just a ton of stuff. I mean, we've given away so much. We've given away stuff at Christmas, which a lot of you had helped make sure that we were able to get done. Doomtown, Munchkin. What else are we giving away? We're giving away so much, it's ridiculous. So get ready for that. It'll be a lot more streamlined, so it will be pretty good. So it won't be this dragged out thing. I've got it all kind of figured out. So we're going to have some fun with it. And I'm looking forward to everybody winning and getting something. So I'm excited about that, and some very high-priced, high-ticketed games. So I hope you guys look forward to it. It ought to be a lot of fun. Trying to think if there's anything else. I think I sent out everything, so everybody's gotten pretty much all their stuff. I think we're just in a good place. Oh, my thing just zoomed. Let me just check if it's her. I apologize. But if it's the Queen of All Reality, no, it is not. It is my Marriott rewards. Did you know that I can earn 2 times points with a mega bonus? Wow, that's pretty cool. I think that pretty much covers everything. The Christmas one went pretty fast. Yeah, that I as you saw, it was pretty much taped, so it just went boom, 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 boom. Did I tape or do that live? I think I taped it. And then we went through everything, and I just made sure that we got it done, and got everybody's stuff out, which I was thrilled with. Matter of fact, I got one more thing to send, and that's a whole bunch of Pandemic. I was trying to find a box for it. I found one finally. Trying to save on the shipping. Shipping kills me. Shipping just beats me up. The shipping's almost as much as the games sometimes. I could probably get 4 more games for all the shipping I do. Because this stuff's big, bulky, and we don't give away light stuff or little itsy bitsy little card games or some little cheap, game or something like that. We give you top of the line, hey, how you doing? We're going to take good care of your stuff. And I really, really am thrilled about what we're able to do. So I want to continue to do that all this year. And, I've got a few ideas. So I'm going to open this up to you guys the last 10 minutes here. And if I think of anything I've got to get across to you, I will. So if you have any questions, this is the time to do it. You taped it, but you got it more organized beforehand. Yeah, I did. Thank you, Charles. So this is the time that you guys really kind of want to throw out any questions that you have, any questions about the channel, what we plan on doing in 2017, anything that's on your mind, just let me know. And we'll make sure that we take good care of you and make sure everything, that's the most important thing is everybody on this channel. Almost 37,500 people, watch this or subscribe to it. And we try to give you really, really good content and try to really push forward a great effort on this. So, we're evolving. We're constantly getting better and stronger. And, once she gets better, I'm going to start inviting people in, so you'll have guest stars in here. We'll have guest people that'll play, and I think that'll be a good thing. So it'd be great to have some people come in here and play some games and, get to see some different faces. No question. Hey, Rob, no question. Just saying well wishes to the Queen. Been watching while working. Nice. It's great to have a computer in front of you when you work. I'm hoping to retire soon. I really am. It's a young man's game what I do, and I'm just getting too damn old. Just can't keep running around the way I do. It's not getting any easier. And, time has a way of wearing a man down. But I got one more good year in me, I think, of powerlifting. I'm going to do 2 more events this year in 2017. I'm going to make sure I break every world record now. I've broken everything that I need to break. Any chance All Quiet will make it back? Yes. I spoke to Joe before Christmas, and we are waiting for a couple of things. We're waiting for a statue that he's supposed to send us. And the minute he does that, I don't like to bother people. He sends that, it fits into all this terrain that I built for it. Because it plays a major role in the final battle. So Justin's really anxious to get going to it. I put a whole bunch of the stuff together. Some people have actually won copies of it, so I really hope that they enjoyed what they got. And we're really going to keep on. I really think they can do. You really enjoy what we have planned. And with the Frostgrave, I've been, I'm always working in huge plans that are 6 months ahead almost when it comes to terrain and painting certain things. My Napoleonics and stuff like that. We have a lot of things planned for what you're going to see as far as War and Pieces, some of the work that we've done. I think in some of the history that we're going to be teaching, I'm very excited for that segment. Any chance? Oh, I'm sure you can bench more than those newbies, though. Well, I'm in the senior division, so overall I've done very, very well and won my weight class. And but I try to keep it in the 52 to 56 age range. Then I do it, but nobody can come close to me. That's not being a jerk. Oh, we have a phone call. Who can this be? Hello? Oh, they're calling in reference to my credit card. I don't have a credit card. I love those things. Hi, we're calling in reference to your credit card, but I don't have a credit card. Not in my name. My wife has all the credit cards. I don't like keeping them. The Solo Wargaming Show. Next time you do an all-nighter or marathon with Justin, what are the chances of getting a good complete game of Axis and Allies on the channel? You know, I always think of Axis and Allies as a beer and pretzel type of game. And the only reason I don't do it is because it's been done so many times before. Now, with that said, I don't have a problem doing it or playing it. But I find that Victory in Europe, the Columbia Games game, is actually a little more strategic and a little better. And but it does have that Axis and Ally feel. So I've always thought about doing something like that. So, you know, that's been something that we've talked about. Axis and Allies, I can just see us doing it just to do it. Marriott emailing you, credit card companies calling you. They all want your money. I mean, really. I mean, everybody wants my mo. Keep your hands off my mo. There you go. So, we got some really, really nice letters from Dan Verzen for all the things that we said about it, about some of the games that he's done and stuff. And I just wanted to pass that along, that Dan finally did get a hold of me, believe it or not. And he's just been thrilled that we have done so much for his games. And we had a real good time with that World War II game. I love, I mean, that Warfighter is something else. There was just so many good games that came out, war games that came out this year. Expect to see a lot of stuff this year as people are starting to realize that War and Pieces is something viable and could help them out. We're happy to do whatever we can for their companies, and that's what we care about. If they just get us screenshots and the rules, we don't mind just reading it and seeing if it's something that'll be viable and passing it on to you guys. So that's the most important thing. It's nice when, as a community, we get to see a lot of cool things. So I think, hope the Queen gets better. Thank you, KMD, baby. So I think that pretty much will cover everything, since there's not a ton of questions out there. So I think we're going to call it right here. Thanks so much for watching this and understanding why things are the way they are. I mean, it's been a real tough month. It really has. Last 6 weeks, it just seems it's been a fight to get through things. And, you know, we've done the best we can. Who's been sick, who this and that. You know, my mother-in-law getting sick, and this one and that one, and puppies and lollipops and all the other stuff. But, you know, every week we're putting out 4 or 5 videos a week, sometimes more than that. So, I'm quite happy with what we've been able to get done. I wanted to do more, and it's simple as that. But I will tell you this, one last thing. Sunday mornings or mid-afternoon, expect to see a live just sit down and chat while I'm painting kind of show. How would you classify a game like Cry Havoc, since you don't think it's a war game? I think it's a war game, but it's a sci-fi war game. What I was looking for in that vein of things, and the reason for War and Pieces, is I wanted it to be a historical show. I think people have forgotten a lot about historical gaming, and I think that's mostly, and I'm going to go on a bit of a rant, so now this is going to turn into another 20 minutes. So if you want to stick in there, because here I go. The biggest problem with historical wargaming and tabletop wargaming is everybody I'm looking at right now. And you're going, what? What are you talking about? I'm talking about the people that well, not that I'm all of you, but I mean, out in the audience. Those hardcore old timers are killing a great game, some of the best gaming that people can do. And here we are in the golden age of gaming, and yet you get these old timers that don't want to take the time to. You have your squad leader groups, okay, advanced squad leader groups, and they're not that welcoming to letting new people. You go to a convention, you get a couple kids in there that are 16 or 17 that are fascinated with tanks and things and learning a little bit. We're not taking the time to bring those people in. We're not taking the time to say, hey, let's do this and ease them in. The old timer does not want to take time to teach somebody to play chit games. They don't. Well, if you don't know these rules, then you're not going to fit in. Or, I don't want to take time. I go to Recon and Huracan and Rapier. There's 3 big wargaming, traditional wargaming shows in the Orlando, Jacksonville area. And I go there, and very closed off, very knit, but it's getting smaller. Why? Because they're dying off. They're dying off. A lot of these old timers should be passing their knowledge on. There's a lot of people that get to a certain point, okay? And I'll answer that in a minute, Charles, I'm sorry. That get to a certain point where, I lost my train of thought. Oh, there's war gamers that get to a certain point that, I mean, regular war gamers get to a certain point where they want to be challenged even more. They want to be challenged, okay? So you could play the Cry Havocs, which is good sci-fi war game, Scythes, and stuff like that. And you're starting to see where it's starting to fall into where it's the same game starting to be rehashed. So people aren't feeling as challenged. They want something more. Well, we should be pulling those people over to some of the World War II, the ancients, some of the different higher complexity games, to pull them over and say, here, you may like this, you may not like this, but this is the next level in complexity. And some of these games have been around for 50 years, and look at how complex, and look how you can do all these wonderful things and learn about so many different things as you do that. And you all make a pretty good point, and I'm going to read this in a second. I just think that a lot of people, and even now, will play games if they're fun, but the components aren't as good. Of course, they always weigh things by the components, but now, if you notice, there's an integration of miniatures and board games, because that's another level of it. And all you're doing is kind of downsizing a tabletop game in some of these games. Okay? So what would be the natural progression? Okay? A bolt action, a Frostgrave, a Napoleonics, Ancients, Romans versus Carthaginians, World War II, World War III, World War 2095, that kind of stuff. We have to develop these people. We have to be welcoming and open. I don't see a lot of that when I go to these conventions. All right, let me read some of this and see if I can answer any of this. I'm sticking around. It got me curious. When did you not include the sci-fi war games in the top 10? I'm always interested in other opinions. It was for my war game. I did top 2016 war games of top 10 War Games of 2016, I did it on the Dice Tower. I decided to just keep it to a historical because it tied in with my War and Pieces. And I didn't include any tabletop games. Robert says, a lot of gamer groups I know are that way. They tend to be closed off to new people. It's sad. They tend to be older groups who have played together for a very long time, and they need and aren't open to teaching. You were quite right, Rob. There you go. But I don't think that's the only reason. I think some of the younger gamers aren't as attracted to those older chick games. Not enough flash for them. But if you look at some of the things that they are doing with the newer war games, which are the chick games, where they're putting these beautiful art on them and starting to make them more appealing. The maps are more lush, and they're starting to upgrade their components instead of just putting anything out. And that is where you can attract them. The theme can be off-putting to some younger folks too, especially when you talk about World War II era games. I can see that. It's a different age. It's this PC age, whatever you want to call it. Have you had a crack at Halo Ground Command? Just picked up a set and getting ready to start painting it. It seems really cool. I haven't had a chance to open it. It's been sitting on that shelf since Gen Con. There are so many things I really want to get to, and I've got to work my way to them. But my big thing is this Frostgrave. I think it's going to change the complexion of a lot of things. So I really, really want to really show that off. So that's where we're getting with that. So there you go. That's my thoughts on all that stuff. I really think that we need to open our doors a little bit more, because I'm telling you right now, everybody goes, oh, the gaming crashed. It'll crash, but it won't crash the way you think it crashes. Look at the video game world, how that crashed. The video gaming world crashed because it was, nobody had originally thought. Nobody's telling a great story. I think with anything, wrestling, music, books, of course, tell a story when you write a story. Games, everything has to tell a good story. I think a lot of the war games tell a great story. Some of the sci-fi games, they tell a great story. But you can only rehash something so many times that you have to open up. You have to be able to. You have to take we can't just keep on coming out with legacy games. Okay? How long did that last? So I think you're going to be here with board gaming, and then you come down here and just level. And I think that's the way it'll go for a while. And then somebody will come up with something innovative that'll be totally that you don't expect. I mean, how many dungeon crawls can there be? Everybody wants a new one because they want a different story. They don't mind playing the same game. They want a different story. I know for me, I went directly into tabletop games like 40K and then came into board gaming. I could say the same thing too. I came to this late. The title sounds ominous. You're not calling it quits? No, I'm not. What I meant was there must come an ending to my wife being sick at some point. And that's what I'm hoping for. Rob, have you ever had to go at designing / making your own game? What genre theme would you choose? I'm such a sucker for sci-fi stuff, believe it or not. I would make... Justin and I had came up with a... Oops, sorry about hitting the table. Had come up with a game, and I just don't think that we can get it done. It was actually pretty good, and we looked for holes in it. We played Flick 'em Up, and we went... I said, what if we did this with spaceships? And had missiles, and had where you can progress your spaceship, where certain pieces of wood, and that there was little magnetic things in the spaceships, and the planets were a giant magnet in some way, or at least around the bend. So if you flicked it and it got sucked into the planet, you lost your turn or something like that, or your shields went down. There were ways that you could level up. There were different armies you could point out. There were fast fighters. There were battleships. And we came up with this, and we really thought it was a great idea. The other thing I would love to do is make another dungeon crawl, but make it more like Warhammer Quest in a way, so we could finally have more of a story to it and more greatness. That's what I would really like to do. That's true. Look back at Doom to Descent to Imperial Assault, and now back to Doom. Same system more or less, but the story changes over time. Yeah, but the same mechanics also become, like first-person shooters. How sick are you of first-person shooters? People keep on. How many times can you play Call of Duty? Hey Rob, have you tried some of the alternate World War II like Dust Tactics? I have a bunch of Dust Tactics, and somebody was supposed to send me a whole bunch of it, so we were going to dedicate a whole week to it, because I was just putting together and painting a bunch of the Dust Tactics stuff, and I don't know who said they were going to send me a ton of it. That they promised around, I think it was the first week of December or something like that, but it never came. So it just sits packed up, and we'll eventually get to it. I just didn't want to get all the stuff and have to do it twice. I was going to say, okay, when this all comes in. Conflict 47, I saw it. I'd really like to really look at something like that. That sounds like a really cool, Rob, really cool for the spaceship game. I thought it was a great idea. You can make it very complex, or you can play it with your 6 or 7 year old. You can take out the advanced rules and just play with the basic rules. Just flick and hit. Some ships would be able to shoot twice. Some would shoot just once. Gotta run. Hope the Queen gets to feeling better. We'll film a new segment and get it out to you later tonight, tomorrow. Great, Robert. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for that, but I'm going to keep that other segment, and that'll be the next subject. So that's the way we'll do that. So it'll give you a break. So you're getting ahead of your schedule now. Look at you. So I think, wow, here I go. I went into 45. When is community review due? Friday. Let's call it Friday. If I get it Friday, I'll put it up on Friday as well. If I can get the video by Friday 9 o'clock, I'll have it set to go up so you guys can see it over the weekend. So that's the way we're going to do it this week, with the Queen not feeling well, and with me having to really time what I do as far as coming in and out and stuff like that. We were joking on the live feed about this basket, because after all the shipping, all the games, all the money we gave away, we had $7 left. So I was able to get this dice basket that we call it. This is now the official patron dice basket. So after I paid for that, we had $1 left over from the patron last month, which was cool, because we've helped so many and we've done so much. So we were able to buy something for the channel. I think that's funny. What are you doing, Bella? You're not going outside. You already went outside. So, with that said, why don't you guys go watch the rest of Tom playing Melanie. I'm sorry to have interrupt that. I know that he's going live right now, but I really need to get this done while she was at the doctor's. So I apologize for that. Again, go support Indiegogo for the Dice Tower, and I got a letter, and I'm just going to tell you guys because there's 29 of you here, so I'm gonna tell you what happened. I got a letter that said, "I thought you were going to smash the basket after the poor dice rolling and escape from Colitz." I couldn't roll to save my life. Done. I got a letter, and someone asked if I would. They would give $150 to the Dice Tower Indiegogo if I broke a 3-inch, I think it was 2.5-inch wooden meeple in half. So I mean it's like this, and it's going to be about that thick, and it's wooden. I don't know if I can do that. That's quite a bit, but if I do that and I tape it for the Dice Tower and don't put any cuts in it and just able to do it, he will donate. I think it was $200 or $150. I'm not too sure. I got to read the email. So I said I'd do it. So I'm just waiting for it. I got the FedEx thing. It'll be here tomorrow. So I'm going to introduce it on Board Game Breakfast this week. I'm going to say exactly, read the letter, and then show, kind of let everybody know that next week probably I'll put the video up, or maybe I'll do it live on the Dice Tower. Yeah, I'll do it live so there's no questions. So I'm going to do that live, and try to break that meeple with my bare hands. Now I know I'm able to bend rebarb, so I hope I'm able to do it. I cannot use my back, my head, my knees, or anything. I have to use just my hand and arm strength. So what we'll do is we'll try to raise as much as we can for the Indiegogo. I don't know why I should do it for myself, for crying out loud, the way I get treated. But I'll do it for him. So I think it's about 2.5, so that'll probably be about that thick. So I've got to take it, and I've got to be able to just break that in half. We'll see if I can do it. If I can't do it, I'm going to pay it myself. So there you go. That's my end of it. So I think we'll do it live on Wednesday of next week. That way I can just I'm going to practice on some boards and see if I can do it, and come up with a strategy on how to break it in half. So I'll just get boards, that same thing. So we'll do that live, and I already know what I'm going to say, so I think you guys will get a kick out of it, and I hope you'll enjoy it. I'll announce it when and where and how on Board Game Breakfast, so make sure to look for that this week. All right, that's enough. I think I've covered everything. The puppy dogs want to go out, so I'm going to take them out. Thanks so much for watching. Look for Song of the Deep part 4 tonight. Once I get her settled, that way I got some content going up. Thanks for being here for the live vlog, and I hope those of you that watch it later will enjoy it. Leave your comments. Also, please email me. I'm able to return the emails this week. Things are a little more calmed down. You can get a hold of me. If you can't do it, chop that sucker in half live. Nah, I'm gonna do it. When I put my mind to something, there's nothing I can't do. Again, support the Indiegogo and the boys over at the Dice Tower. Let me know what your thoughts about us doing Indiegogo in March. If you like that idea, because I think you guys would get some really cool stuff out of it. I don't have anybody sending me promos. I don't have anybody even thinking of putting me in a card or a game or anything like that. So I have to do something different. But I think that's about it. NovaPrime860@hotmail.com. Let me know all your thoughts. And thanks so much for all the prayers for the Queen. I hope she does better. Thank you guys. Terry, thank you. Jedi, a lot of you I didn't even get to say hi. Jay Rodriguez, my brother. Thank you all for being a part of this channel. It means a lot to me. I'll see you guys later. Have a great evening. Catch me on the live stream tonight.